basic aspects. Okay. We're talking about these basic aspects of the training of hands for healing. And one of them is the harmonic resonance, because we are like anthems that we are always, all the time, we are emitting and receiving. We are vibrating all the time. And we are emitting, these vibrations are frequencies. And we are sending frequencies and receiving frequencies all the time. Absolutely 24/7, all the time. And one of the concepts of the healing is getting into resonance with the specific frequency. And this is what we call syntony. When we synchronize with the frequency, the healing frequency, then we synchronize. And we do this in a moment. We do it in a specific time. And we synchronize and we synchronize. So this relationship happens in one specific frequency, which is syntony, and it happens in a specific time, which is synchrony, because it's happened at the very, very same time. We are synchronized. But it also happens in a specific body or part of the body. And this part of the body, of our system, is a topos. Topos means place. So syntotopy is syntopy. It is happening in a specific place. Because in this specific place is not a part, is the whole. And that takes us to the other concept, which is totality, which is holon, which is the holistic. Because the part is in the part is the whole. That's why in syntopy we have what we call the reflex screens. So we work with our feet. And what do we have in our feet? We have the system, the whole system is a syntopia, is a syntotopy of the system that it is in, that it shows in a screen of our feet. So we have this syntony because we are transmitting and receiving in the same tone. We have synchrony because we are doing at the same time. That synchrony is chronos. Chronos means time, synchrony. And we do it in a screen, in a topos. Topos is place. So we do it in this place, in this screen where the whole is in the part. So these concepts of syntony, synchrony, syntopy are basic in our approach to therapy. And the fourth one is that everything flows in a way, in a complete way that gives this synergy. It's a synergic. Each part is works as a wholeness part, that it's not 1 + 1 is 2. No, is that 2 is the synergy of 2 parts. So 2 is much more than 1 + 1. Because it gets all the strengths, all the frequencies, all the meaning, everything that is in this one, that when we add it to another one, then we have this synergy. 1 a woman, 1 a man, and in between the synergy of the sun. I just made this up. Okay, so we have this syntony, which is in the same frequency. We have syntopy, which is topos, in the same place. We have synchrony, chronos, which is in the same time, chronos time. And we have synergy, which is how it is much more than the sum of parts. So 1 + 1, men plus women, is they have the synergy of both is the sun. The sun. And the fifth one of those is synergy. And the synergy is the synthergetic approach of the wholeness, with the conscious as the core of the whole process.
Beautiful. This is also part of the invitation to connect Hands for Healing online training. Maybe we could change the name. It's not just hands, it's the awareness, it's the synergy, it's the perspective. Well, name it as you wish, but welcome to join it. Thank you. This is the very interesting part of the approach of Synthergetic in my journey of cancer as a cancer survivor. So what is cancer? And what is the main challenge about facing it not as a way to fight against it? So please, Yolanda.
Okay, so we do cancer cells every single moment in our life. All the time we are doing cancer cells. But what happens? We have a system, an immune system, that take care of that disorder. Okay? So what happens when one cell escapes from that control? Disconnection. That cell disconnected. So it goes by its own around whatever part of the body has already whatever problem. So what's the approach to that? First of all, understanding that illness, cancer, or whatever illness, is disconnection from one original program of health. And actually, Hands for Healing give us tools to travel through this wonder journey of connection, the alignment, the breathing, the consciousness. All these are aspects to how to help us in the way of reconnecting with our original program of health. So, in the specific case when you already have a cancer and you've been learning how to deal with it so wonderfully that you actually already escaped all statistics truth, and you are in this very small statistic that says that it is possible. And one of the things now that it is possible is not fight against cancer, because the cancer, the illness, is something that tells you something about yourself, about your life. So it's the messenger. And we don't kill the messenger. We listen what the message is. And when we listen the message, then we don't do. The message is be connected, be in connection with the one, be in connection with yourself. This is the part of the lesson. And it's not enough do this, do that, do that, do that. Of course, we have to do things. And this is what medicine is there for. Of course, we have to look after what we do. And we know what we've been doing that at the end of the day shows in a way of illness. What about nutrition? When we think about all the way how we've been nourishing ourselves, goodness, this system is amazing. It takes almost everything until it says, stop it, no more rubbish, no more toxic food. But we've been doing this for ages. And nourishment, this is one of the things. The other one is rest. Is the pause. Give it a pause. Pausa is pause. Give it a rest. Yeah. So the system has the time to recover. We are all the time in this activity that requires a pause to recover and to be able to go on. And the alignment. Why the alignment? The breathing. Because the alignment allows to be aware of the present. When we breathe in present. We cannot breathe in past, not even in future. The only way we breathe is in present. And you could also say, well, animals breathe. Yes, they do breathe. Yeah. But they don't stop breathing. A lion don't stop breathing when he thinks he wants to be an elephant. And this is what we do. we change our pattern of breathing because we are in the past or in the expectation of a future that we don't know. So the alignment, the consciousness of the breathing reminds us, it gave us the opportunity to be in present again. Does this mean that I'm always in present? No, I keep losing my 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 compass all the time, but I know where north is. So again, the alignment.
Very important, the alignment. I love it. Okay.
Because then you don't live again in the past. In the case of a treatment and an operation and so on and so forth, for you, the word surgery or the word chemo or the word radiation is not a word, because it's something that you already know, because you have been already there. So when whoever tells you the word, immediately, automatically puts you in the way you felt in those moments, the fears you had in those moments, when you felt that radiation was a shot in your head. And this is what
the perspective of having a gun in my head or having just another perspective changed everything.
Absolutely, yes. But when they tell you radiation, what happens within you, which is absolutely natural, because this is what you have lived. And what did you live? You live this gun in your head. So what happened then? That you learned that you could change the perspective. And you learn it. So it's not a gun. It's this violet light that is going to work to help to deal with those cells that are not needed. And that was a completely different song.
And talking about the song, it was also when you mentioned the process of the coal becoming a diamond and needs a lot of radiation and polishment and process. So, okay, maybe I need to be more shiny.
you are being this coal that is showing through these high temperatures the brightness and the diamond that you are.
Thank you.
And this
I love that image of the machine doing me more things for shining bright like a diamond. Okay.
Absolutely. And this is exactly the same with everything. So there is no need to fight against the messenger. No need to fight. Just you go and you have certain guardians that see if there are messengers around. But what about your inner work? That one, when you work with your messengers, because you've been learning the lesson the messengers have been teaching you. You've been learning the lessons. But there's still some lessons that are still there. And this is what life is all about. It's a learning process. So we are learning all the time. So the messengers are telling you there is a lesson. So you don't fight. It is the same. it's the same the equivalent to I'm having a gun pointing at my head with the radiation, or I'm having this violet light helping me doing healing and so on. It's exactly the same now. Exactly the same. Whatever you have, 3
millimeters,
not even 1 centimeter, 3 millimeters. Whatever you have there is a 3 millimeters lesson. So it's not, I want you to take this out. I want you to burn it. I want you, no. What about keep doing your job of listening and doing what you are doing beautifully and wonderfully when being yourself. And you're being yourself and you want to play football, soccer, you play football, soccer. Why? Because you feel fine.
Yeah, and I guess that's the proposal. Be yourself for healing.
Be yourself. No, not only do, because then your life become just a struggle, just a fight against a millimeter, just in case, in the eventuality that this millimeter becomes 10 millimeters, and if it goes 10 millimeters, then red flag, and so on and so forth. And that is anyway, if it's that so, that's in the future. It's not right now. Because no one can tell you the future. No one can tell you the future.
No one has the crystal ball.
Not to me, not to anyone. And what you do have is a present, and this is what counts, that you are being in present, and then you do according to your present. My present is I'm fine, I feel strong, then I do soccer. And if I feel that soccer, I feel a bit decent, I stop, I do it less strong, and you moderate yourself because you already know that. And there is no protocol anywhere that says that with 3 millimeters you can play soccer. Because I don't know. You are out of the statistics already.
Right, yeah.
And this, I want to be very, very clear. This doesn't deny the facts, the fact that you had a tumor. This doesn't deny the facts that you had to do what you have to do at the moment. And very well that they are guardians of, they want to make sure, but no, they can't be sure because no one can be sure. They just can't be sure that they have a photo of you. This is the only assurance they can tell you. And they can't even sign what part of that is the scar of all the things you've been going through. These radiation scars. They can't even say that you have been, you have had things there, so you have scars. So
it might be just it's a possibility as well.
It can also be a possibility of scar of radiation, irradiation tissue. Necrosis is called necrosis, radionecrosis. It could be so many things. Good for them, they keep an eye on that. But what about you? You are not fighting, doing so many things, because I heard a list of things you're going to do. Recheck, review that list. And of course, nutrition is good. But remember one thing, not for doing more is better. And if you are doing more to fight against, it's not good.
Great, beautiful. Many thanks. I'm so blessed that I have you with me in this journey as a
No, please do.
getting to know myself better and become more aware. Thank you very much.
Exactly, exactly. And just be. Human being is a wonder, but being human
Ah,
is the most.
let's be humans.